Hello and welcome back. In the past, I've done This Record Sounds Amazing, and I thought it'd be cool to do kind of a budget journey on that. So I picked out 10 records under $25 that I think sound amazing. I'm Chris. This is Late Night Dead Wax. All right, so I'm back again. Picked out 10 records. I think they sound amazing, and I think you can get them all for under 25 bucks. They're all fire. Anyway, let's get started. First record, Loaf, Bat Out of Hell. This is a mid-80s repress. The late 70s when it came out. You can find it anywhere up through all of those. This record just really sounds good. From the title track that kicks it all off, man, and you can pick them up for 10 bucks. It's sonically incredible. Not only does it sound great, it's a great record. And I actually bought one of the big box exclusives and paid like 30 bucks for it, and it doesn't compete with this. This is like I think this is an 85 repress. Sounds incredible. And you can find them in the bargain bins. 10 bucks or less. And well worth it. Check it out. Next up, Phil Collins, Face Value. I mean, obviously, In the Air Tonight. Just iconic song from the 80s. And this whole record sounds great. It really sounds good. Mine is a early pressing. Picked it up for 10 bucks, and I was blown away by how good it sounded. I highly recommend this one too. This was actually one of the reasons I decided to do this, because I have a lot of these records that fall in that category of under $25 that I think just sound awesome. And you don't have to drop the $100 on the MoFi editions of stuff to get an incredible experience with some of these records. And well, this was number 2, Phil Collins, Face Value. You can pick these up almost anywhere, and they're 10 bucks or less. Next up, Cyndi Lauper. She's so unusual. Being I say this a lot, child of the 80s. This was one I kind of wrote off, like I kind of slept on, and didn't realize how good of a record this was, because it kind of flew under the radar for me personally, because it's a pop record, and I was way more into the heavier stuff. But going back, you can pick these up for 10 bucks or less. And what tipped me off on this is they actually did a MoFi edition of this. And I'm like, why would you do Cyndi Lauper? She's so unusual. And then picked this up at a record show for, I think I paid $5 for this one, but you can pick them up for 10 bucks easy all day long. And listening to it, just mind-blowing. It's a very good record, and it sounds incredible. And just like all the rest of the records in this, it's a good way to enjoy your system without dropping a boatload of money. And that's why I'm doing this one. So there's number 3. This one goes without saying. Boston, self-titled. Wow. Right out of the gate, I mean, this record is just absolutely, just total fire. More Than a Feeling. It is the pinnacle of 70s arena rock. I mean, this is good stuff. This is a great rock record. And for this one, you might spend 15, but everybody should have this one in their collection. It sounds incredible. And you really want to test the bass in your system and everything like that. It comes through. It's a great sounding record. And this is just a regular old pressing on the old label, old Epic label. It's nothing special. But when I'm shutting off my system and I want to rock out, man, this is good stuff. Staying in the $15 category, I have David Bowie, Let's Dance. Now, I could have picked every David Bowie record, because almost every David Bowie record sounds incredible. But what tipped me off on this one, and this is a fairly new edition. I picked this up because Frank from Channel 33 was doing a Q&A, and somebody asked what the best sounding records in his collection. And I know he's got a very extensive and high quality collection, and he just gushed over this record, and he was talking about the first press from Canada. This is a first US press, and man, once again, 80s record I totally slept on. I wish I wouldn't have. It is such a good record start to finish, and it sounds incredible. Good one to really show off your system. And like, you can get $15. I mean, $15 for a David Bowie record is a good deal, whichever one you buy. I mean, I could have went with any of them. I absolutely love all of them. And obviously Ziggy Stardust, crazy good record. But I picked this one because I thought this was cool, because this is one you can grab for $15, and I think it sounds incredible. And thank you, Frank, for pointing this one out. Staying in the $15 range, this one should come as no surprise. I've said many a times that this is my favorite complete album, and I've got it everywhere. I've got, I think right now I'm at 6 copies, but this is just an incredible record, and I think it sounds good in spite of everything they went through to make this record. This is just a random run-of-the-mill late 70s reissue, and they all sound great. I have a copy of the Walmart exclusive on clear vinyl that I think sounds good. I have the really expensive 45 RPM one, which sounds even better. But for $15, this is a good record. Not just a good record because of the music on it, but sonically it sounds incredible. Fleetwood Mac, Rumours. Into the $20 category now. Lana Del Rey, Born to Die. This is her cheapest record. Most of her records go for straight out of the box. They're $30, $40, $45, $50, something more. But this one, first one, sounds incredible. It's a great record too, and you can still pick them up for fairly cheap. I mean, I got mine for like $18 brand new, and they're readily available. Everybody stocks it. It's a great record, and it sounds incredible. Her voice just totally comes through on this one. Born to Die, Lana Del Rey. Speaking of voices, oh my God, Amy Winehouse, Gone Too Soon. She, Back to Black is just absolutely incredible. I have 2 copies of this. One I picked up in a clearance rack at a Target for like $10. Normally they go for about $20. I got the pink in my hand anyway, and this is a great record. Her voice so soulful, and I mean, obviously this was her most successful and her kind of her pinnacle, unfortunately. And I really wish she would have made more records, because this sounds so good. Sonically, it sounds like a record with the soul of the 60s, but with just the technology, and everything just sounds so good. Really comes through. Every instrument, everything, and her voice is just untouchable. And my last section here is the $25 section. These are the most expensive ones for the under $25 ones. You can grab these for $25. This one's Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Wow, what a great record. This is This is Marvin Gaye at his finest, and wow, does this come through. You can pick them up for 25 bucks new. I've heard a few pressings of it, and I've never heard one that sounded bad. They all sound good. Mine's new. Mine I bought new. It's on green wax. It sounds incredible, and it's a great listen. Above the fact that it just sounds great. It sounds incredible. It sounds like you're there. It sounds like you're there in the studio when they recorded it, and it's good stuff. And Marvin Gaye, I mean, can't go wrong. And my last one is Norah Jones, Come Away With Me. I have 2 copies of this now, both obviously reissues. It's a great record, and her voice is just it's untouchable. There's very few people that have put out music like this, and it's a very short list, and she's on that list. And the piano, the arrangements, everything, you get lost in it. It sounds so good. A lot of people use this to show off how good their system sounds, and I completely get that. I understand that, because this is a crazy good record, and I mean, just absolutely cleaned up at the Grammys when it came out, and for good reason. And it's Blue Note, and she knocked it out of the park on this one. Every Norah Jones record's good, but this one, the one that started it all for her, was just absolutely, her voice is just stunning. And you can pick up new still for 25 bucks. It's still in print. Everywhere still has one. You can grab one. I actually got this one as a gift, and it's one of my favorite records, not just for the fact that I think it's a great record. It's also just, man, it's just mind-blowing how good it sounds. And for the price, 25 bucks, I mean, the reality is there's a lot of records out there that sound great. And I mean, from what I understand, Led Zeppelin, Robert Ludwig, mastered, supposed to be incredible. I've never gotten a chance to hear them. I don't have that kind of money. I've got a couple Mo-Fi records that I just think sound incredible. But when you have a record that you can just love and just enjoy and sounds so good for 25 or less, and that's what this is all about. I absolutely am immersed in the whole vinyl collecting. Obviously, I threw myself into it, and it's my hobby, and I love listening to music, and every record I buy is for the purpose of listening to. And when I can get a record that I think sounds great for 25 bucks, can't touch it. So that does it for me. 25 bucks or less, 10 records, sound incredible. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it, and I'll see you next time. Absolute fire! I got nothing.